all this in life with say not a starting of a Nintenguard blog, but Nintenguard Science. This is the where we try to say this is the where I say do of dimensional research on of certain dimensions history and dimensional histories and folklore. Today I'll be looking into Disney's Epic Mickey for the Wii. The incident in relation is having Mickey looking through curiosity and seeing through a mirror. Which somewhat walks into the other side of the looking glass. Probably what he sees as probably looking out of curiosity. And see his mentor, Yunsen. In Disney's Avatar, Walt Disney's Avatar. And a sorcerer seems, but with his idea, he used a high quantity of paint, and then but the thing just melts down. But end up creating a monster. And tries to clean it up. Right like the child he is. Although we don't quite know when this event occurred, but from what passing titles, we agree it's probably but then the creature somewhat took brought him to the world that he have accidentally destroyed. Even though he can't break free, the creature is too strong. And then, seed of this dimension, the wasteland. Although the television's Disney, the Disney quadrant of the Disney quadrant seems to kept this a little incident completely under wraps, but certain documents somewhat found its way into Nintenguard archives. I ended up looking into Disney's own personal history of, say, Mickey Mouse. But we know the person and some other gaming magazine sources. Other gaming magazine sources on, say, this event, on this, say, incident, and it may happen again. But according to on recovery, Mickey found himself latched on, and a doctor that something else has walked in, and the mysterious stranger seems to walk into his A. Mantra. I am a surgeon, but I'd rather go with a overkill. That's what it's after. Mickey's heart. Because he's loved, created, drawn, and been loved. But it seems to be a failed attempt. It seems to be a failure. And managed to claim but then I come across a giant monster. It's called the Phantom Blot. Then this mad science escape and this bunny-like creature. This bunny's escaped the same way. And not a machine gun AWOL. The method of transport from say one part of the wasteland to another is a sort of a film projector, sort of like a port tunnel, a run tunnel, sort of like say a warp, sort of like take a conveyor of the warp pipes. But there are side scrollers, and sort of like side scrollings. And one of the three, and one of them is a legendary one. This is where it all began. Steamboat Willie. But the world that Mickey was trapped in was a refuge for, say, those that were long and forgotten. One of them was Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Although once was a great honor of Disney. Although that's what said that he happened. He has sort of a grudge against Mickey Mouse. Sort of have say of a slight vendetta against him because he thought he stole all of it because he's the. But it's actually this. Say in 1929, when the Walt Disney was when the Walt Disney is Walt Disney is about to renew his contract. They say they own Oswald, and that's it. But I understand it. In other words, it wasn't Oswald's loss. Wasn't just a get bumped off to fill someone new in. It's a legal affair, and Universal haven't used it since. They probably used the examples just to create Willie Woodpecker. And even after that incident had been, although the full attempt of the blot attempting to leave the wasteland may be foiled, I think it's not gone, but I don't think it's permanently destroyed. After that instance, probably the grand elders of Disney may with a grand elder will try to Grand elder has suffered Mickey's heart and Minnie's as usual, leaving one for themselves, while the other 6 for the others. They served Mickey's heart like this, leaving one to have only of kindness, Goofy, gullibility, Donald Duck, vice, Pluto, of loyalty, while Minnie's was left with her love. Daisy was been given ego, Claire, Disney, ditziness, Figaro, cleanliness. That's the only thing I can think of. How's the keys been formed like this? Because like this. When the first four pieces of art back together, it opens the first lock to the wasteland. The second lock to release the blots. And I fear this could come to prophecy. But where can all the pieces be found? Now that'd be a good question. But I have to tell only someone I could find in the ancient Disney tomes is that every